all right. Week number 5 of this town hall. I just truly can't just believe how time just completely flies. And we're here at week 5 a lot. It's a new week, new opportunity for us to introduce more people to Evmux. How has your week been?
My week was crazy, man. Every week is crazier and crazier. I truly enjoy it. I wake up in the morning smiling. What could be better, right?
Yeah. And I've been seeing some great, amazing interviews that you've been a part of, and it's just amazing to just even though you've kind of told me the story, it's great to hear it, and read the articles and see just the excitement for Evmux and what we've created here. So I'm extremely excited for the town hall today. Plenty to talk about, plenty of answers for the questions that you have. We always demo a feature that we enjoy and that the community is starting to enjoy. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about kind of, what is the future? Where are we going? How has things
Yeah.
been? How's the feedback?
Yeah. So first of all, the feedback is great and important. Nothing is like it's not perfect, and we expect that and we appreciate that. And just say like, "Wow, guys, you are great." We love to hear that, of course, but we always want to improve. So just to be great, you cannot improve from that. So I'm really happy that people really take the time and invest their time, and we really appreciate that,
Right,
to go through the product. Some of them really went out, with live on YouTube and things of that sort, to really go through the platform and explain to their audience what they like and what they didn't like, what they expect to have in the future.
right,
It helps us a lot. So being able to talk to people, listen to people, getting their feedback, but honest feedback on the product, not
yeah,
in like they don't want to let you down. Totally the opposite. They,
right,
they love what they see. They want this and this and this and this more, and they see the potential. Wow, it gives us the
right,
fuel that we need to move forward. So this
right.
what we had this week with feedback, and a lot of new things, with new clients, new users on the system. We are growing organically
Which is
now
amazing.
because we decided to go organically to begin with, and we are surprised with the volume. Like, man,
Right,
it's crazy. People that we didn't know trying the system, loving that, going and
right.
subscribe. It couldn't be more excited. It's great.
Right. It's definitely been an amazing time. I like to always call it like, right now we're in that hand-to-hand combat, right? I'm trying to talk to every person individually, get to understand how you're utilizing Evmux. What are the things that you need? What are the things that are missing? And we're listening, right? We're present. We're here. We're in the trenches, right? Trying to hear how we can improve and how we can make this the best software that you can utilize to be able to create live or recorded content. And it's just amazing. And today we have a pretty amazing feature, and I know that we're gonna display it. But it's a feature that allows you to communicate with your guests and your speakers without typing, right? Like
Yeah.
without typing. This is a chat feature, but you don't need to type to be able to communicate with them. And if you've ever been a producer or someone who has been managing a live stream or creating content or a webinar, an event, you know the challenge that you face when you try to communicate with a speaker who's on stage, right? You go the normal route of typing in chat to be able to get their attention, and you realize that they're just not paying attention because they're trying to give the value to that viewer. And this feature, once you see it, people have been raving about it already, especially highly for producers, because it just makes it easier to create better content. So why don't we go ahead and run that video and show everybody how amazing the push to talk feature really is.
Definitely. Let's play the video. And after that, we have so much to talk about that.
Yes,
Just
yes.
encouraging you all, go to the comments, ask questions. We are totally open for that. So watch the video, grab your questions, type them. And after
Yes.
the video, we will talk about everything. Good luck.
The push to talk feature inside of Evmux makes communicating with speakers and guests seamless. You've probably been in a situation where you have a live speaker on stage and you're trying to communicate with them via chat, but they're so focused on their presentation and delivering that value to that audience that they never see your message. Just like in the news, how the editor can go ahead and comment to the host, inside of Evmux, you're able to talk to the speaker verbally without the audience knowing, and no, you do not need an earpiece. So let's go ahead and dive into my Evmux account so you can see how convenient this feature truly is. All right, so here we are inside of my Evmux account, and what you're currently looking at is the live stream editor. But I'm getting ready to show you just how easy you can go ahead and communicate with speakers and guests. So the very first thing that you can do is here at the bottom left-hand side, you have two options. You have a chat bubble, which is the old way of communications. Most of the time when you're using a chat feature, yes, the speaker may be able to see it, but most of the time they don't. And this is why we created the push to talk feature. Not only is it a feature that no other streaming platform has, but it's the most effective way of communication without interrupting the live viewing experience. So you can see here that the first way, like I said, is going to be the chat. So I can go ahead and chat to Lad if I wanted to. I can also go ahead and use the walkie-talkie feature to talk to him individually. But one of the greatest features is the ability to talk to them in a group setting as well. So to be able to talk in a group setting, here at the top left-hand side, you're going to come under to group, and you're going to see here that once I push Alad and Ram live, I'm going to be able to talk to them at the same time directly to them without interrupting the live viewing experience.
Hey Ram, how are you, man? Long time.
Yes, that's the last video. How it's been?
Oh, good.
So as you can see here, I have them both live on stage. Now, utilizing the group feature, you're going to see that I'm going to be able to engage with them both. So once you see the wavelengths active, that lets you know that now the speakers that are on stage, if you're using the group setting, are able to hear me without the audience knowing what's going on. So Ram and Alad, if you're able to hear me, go ahead and nod your head. Beautiful, beautiful. So you can see here that they both were able to hear me. Now, what if I want to talk to Alad directly? All I have to do is come to Alad's name, use the walkie-talkie feature, and once again, once you see the wavelength active, you're going to know that I'm talking directly to Alad. So Alad, if you can hear me, you can see that Ram is not smiling. Go ahead and nod your head if you can hear me. Perfect. And you can see here, Ram, if you can hear me, go ahead and nod your head. You can see here that Ram is not able to hear me, and that's just how powerful this feature truly is. So you can see the power of the push to talk feature, and it's a feature no other platform has. So what I want you to do now is go ahead and watch the next video for an easy way to upgrade the look and feel of your stream using our native animated lower thirds that you can customize to your brand. And if you found value in this video and you want to learn more about improving the quality of your live streams using Evmux, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a video. I'll see you in the next one. All right. So I'm extremely excited. That's one of my favorite features that are in there. And before we dive into just talking about the process and the thought that we had when we created that feature, I wanted to go ahead and say a little bit of a hello to everyone who's here today. Shauna, thank you for so much showing up. Iran, Gary, Albert, Tawana, Gary Jones Jr., thank you so much for being here today. Really, really excited, and hope you've been enjoying the use of Evmux. And let's just go ahead and dive right into it. So Alad, why don't you tell everybody why the push to talk feature was so important for us to launch out of the gate? Like what kind of brought that idea to your thought?
Yeah, so great question, because it is we see that as a game-changing feature. And again, open to your feedback and see how you are going to utilize that and what you think about this feature. And of course, if you have any improvements that you think we should implement. But for us, again, we always reminding you that our background is the event industry. And in events, when you have remote producers, I'm talking about virtual events, okay, to begin with, although it's going to be useful also for hybrid events. But virtual events, you have everyone is remote, right? The speakers are at home, and the producer are in a studio or a home studio or wherever, it doesn't really matter. And they need to communicate during the show.
Right.
Okay. So when the speakers, just imagine a situation that happened all the time for us when we produced virtual events. You have a panel of 4 speakers, okay? And you are the producer, and there is one of them that kind of moderating the panel. And then they are just going on with their conversation, but the time is up and they need to wrap up, Okay, so you cannot just cut them off. Like, it's not professional. You won't do that. So you're trying to type them in the chat and say, hey guys, please wrap up. But they're so focused on the conversation, or maybe they are sharing screen and then all the screen is covered by the share
Right.
screen. They just don't pay attention to the chat. It happens all the time. And if you're a remote producer, now you are at home and doing, yeah, I know that.
Right.
It happened to me a lot of times.
Right.
And then we just thought, okay, we need to talk to them like in the news. Like in the news, you are
Right.
able, like you see that the host always has this head, the earband in the,
The earpiece.
yeah,
Yeah, the earpiece.
whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry. So the
Yeah.
word just ran away. So they have it and they listen, right? There is an editor or whomever from the team in
Right.
the news that they just whispering to them whatever they need to know, and they know how to just continue naturally.
Right.
So the best use case that we thought about, that when this moderator is not talking and someone else from the panel is talking, this is the time you can push to talk to this moderator and tell the person, hey, we need to wrap up in 2 minutes. Thank you. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. We are not
Yep.
talking now about conversations over conversation using the push to talk. It's to allow you as remote producers, first of all, to be able to communicate with your speakers without like being frustrated that they don't see the chat. One
Right.
example is please wrap up in 2 minutes. Another example is, hey, your head cuts off. Like sometimes they move and
Yeah.
out of a sudden they don't look good. Something happens. Maybe their sound is not that good. Okay, whatever. Any comment you want to give them, you can give them the comment. Okay, which is amazing. Another use case is, we have a lot of people telling us, hey, but I'm not a remote producer. I'm just going live on my own and I'm
Solo.
hosting
Yeah.
people. Perfect. First of all, if you go live on your own, so yeah, you are not going to push to talk to yourself.
Right.
I know that. Okay,
Yeah.
100%.
Right.
But let's say you are hosting someone, okay? And when you're hosting someone, you would like sometimes to do spotlight on this person, right? Anthony and I now fireside because it's really talking. But
Conversation.
let's say
Mhm.
I'm talking now and Anthony would like to highlight me because I'm really answering something very long. Okay. During this time that I'm on the stage on my own and Anthony basically behind the scenes. So Anthony now is
Mhm.
the producer. Basically, it's kind of a remote producer if you think about it
Right.
momentarily. Okay. So if now Anthony has any comment for me, he can push to talk to me. Okay,
Right.
without being heard by the audience. So Anthony can tell me, Elad, please cut it off. You talk too much. Maybe you want to
Yeah. Right.
put it down, right? So that's
Right.
exactly what Anthony
Right.
now cannot say because we're on the
Yeah.
stage together. But if I'm on
Correct.
the stage,
Correct.
Anthony not to, he can push to talk to me and say, Elad, cut it off. And then I'm Anthony, please.
Yeah, and it was a great example of that was at our Live Booster event, right? We had multiple sessions, multiple different speakers, right? And as I'm hosting the event, I have to be notified, like, hey, there's 2 minutes left of this, right? Because we have to be respectful of every speaker's time and the next session. So it comes in handy to not have to. It's like almost in a sense one less thing to worry about, right? And when it's one less thing to worry about, it's just that much easier to have a smoother kind of production, right? Because as the host, you want to be there to entertain. You want to be able to make sure the conversation is still flowing, right? And being able to also manage the time, right? We can talk all day long, right? Me and Elad can be here talking, and the time can just fly, right? Because we're enjoying the conversation, we're enjoying the topic, and it allows you to be able to kind of keep everything on track. And like you said, it's both great for producers and solo creators, and it's just an amazing feeling. We have a question here, actually, a lot here for you. It says from Albert. Says on YouTube, says I had a great time testing system features last week. Question: I've been talking to colleagues in Spain, Germany, Canada, and the UK. Any concerns with me giving them your access link? With giving them your access link.
So I'm trying to access link means for as speakers joining to the system. So I'll answer both.
Yeah, let's
So
go a little bit deeper, Albert. If you can kind of provide a little bit more clarity to the question when you say access link, as far as giving them access to join as a guest or a speaker, or things of that sort. We'll loop it back around to your question there once you give us a little bit more clarity.
yeah,
But
but I can just try to
sure,
answer both because it can be pretty short. So as a speaker, definitely feel free to share the link whenever. The system is available. Once you share the link, they can join. It doesn't mean you go live. Okay, it means that
right,
they can join to the room and you can meet them, greet them, do a tech test whenever. Okay, it's very useful because let's say you have a show next week and you would like to share with them the link now, so they will have enough time to go into the system, make sure everything works fine for them, do a quick tech test. We definitely recommend to do that. So that's why basically the link is available anytime and not
right,
only when you go live. That's first. And if you're talking about sharing your link as a producer, so, if I will share my username with Anthony, it means Anthony can do anything with my user. If
right,
I'm trusting him, I can do that. You cannot be together using this two computers or two different people um,
right,
from two different people on the same username at
right.
the same time, but we have the teams, right? It
Right.
means we can collaborate. It
Exactly what I
means
was
i
going to say.
can I
Hmm.
can invite people to my project or event, if you will, or my broadcast, whatever you call it. So I can, if I would like to, let's call it co-hosting. Okay, I would like to
Right.
have two producers on the editor side, on the studio side. I can just add a collaborator, and then we're
Right.
both can use each, like I use my username, Anthony use his username, but we both have access to the studio
As a
of a
producer.
specific broadcast.
Yeah.
And then it's a great backup, because if I have any
Yeah.
issue, Anthony can step in and play the scene or whatever it is.
Yeah, and I think that's also what excited me about that we approached Evmux in a way where it was built to be able to be handled by the solo creator, but also be able to scale as you grow your team, or if you're coming into Evmux with a team, right? And I think that right there was huge to allow multiple people from your organization to be able to access the editor and be able to go ahead and make adjustments. So to sign up and use and test on their own. So pretty much Evmux it's free to be able to join. So they can go to evmux.com and be able to go ahead and create an account, get logged in, and be able to start accessing all the features, Albert, for them to be able to test it, to get an experience. And then when they go live, if they want to go ahead and remove the Evmux logo, then they can go ahead and just upgrade to the plan that best fits their needs. But pretty much, yeah, we wanted it that way because it's all about getting you guys inside the platform to truly see the vision that we have and to see what is possible with Evmux. So we didn't want to restrict you or anyone from being able to go out there and start creating recorded or live content. So that's why we made the free plan as amazing as it really is. So yeah,
Yeah,
great
that's
question.
a great point that I want to emphasize again and again and again, and to explain to people. It's kind of a strategy as a company. Each company,
Right,
they do their own. We are true believers in what we call product-led growth. Basically, what it means is that we allow people to enjoy the platform for free to begin with. Okay, like try it, enjoy it. We believe in what we've got. And also, we believe that with you trying it, we will get amazing feedback to
right,
allow us to be better. Okay. Alternatively, the alternative way is not to give you anything for free, let's say, or
right,
to very limit the free version, the free plan. And then you either don't have enough time to try it, or you need to talk to us in order to try to understand what we've got. We don't like that. We think that in this crazy world, and to be able to scale, and with so many content creators out there, we want you to be able to try it yourselves. Like,
right.
try it. I don't want to lead you. I want you to try yourself, and I want to understand what was intuitive for you, what wasn't
Mhm. Right.
intuitive for you. This is the way to improve, right? If I explain you everything how to do that, so you have, okay, Evmux explained me and I'm going this direction, and you're not creative. Be creative, try it yourself. Do mistakes. Okay, that's
Right,
fine. We want to see
right.
what mistakes you are doing, so we will be able to find better ways to avoid those mistakes. So
Right.
that's our strategy 100%. with the free plan, and you see that the free plan is kind of almost unlimited, only our logo on the
Right.
top right corner. So go for it. Like really try and give us feedback and tell us what you like and what you don't like, or what
Right.
you want to see in the future, please.
Yeah, and I think that opens up a lot of opportunities. And this isn't related to the push to talk feature, but it's a great way that I've been utilizing Evmux, and maybe this is a strategy or even a use case that you guys can be able to utilize when you're doing your live content. So what I've been doing is, instead of starting live streams just where, like, hey, how's it going, and things of that sort, what I've done is given a little bit more thought to the live stream and a little bit more planning right to it. So what I've done is that I've kind of, in a sense, started to record a pre-record inside of Evmux, a intro, right? We're in the same shirt, we're in the same setup and things of that sort. And it's going to allow you to not only give your replay viewers more value, because you're going to start the video with an excitement. You can add B-roll and things of that sort in there. So it's like 30 seconds. And then after that intro plays, Evmux auto switches to me, right, which is there. So it makes the whole experience feel like it's live, but it allows you to be able to capture the attention of your viewer directly with something more polished, and then dive into the conversation. So it's something that I've been loving utilizing, and it's a great feature. I mean, I think the auto switcher, again, it's still a game changer for me. I truly love it, to be able to not have to be hands-free. I think that that's the biggest thing, of not having to be looking at a screen to the left or a screen to the right or trying to type. It allows me to just be prepared, ready to go, to engage. So that's definitely something I've been enjoying testing out, and trying to, like I said, utilize Evmux to its full potential, and trying to create the best content possible in the easiest way possible as well. So yeah, it's been exciting.
That's we're always coming somehow back to the pre-recorded versus live, right? And I'm always saying it's not pre-recorded versus live, it's the combination of both. Like the idea that you can use Evmux to record amazing content to begin with, and then combine that with live. Like, again, here it's the town hall is a great example, because we have this countdown, which is a pre-recorded video, and we have the video that we today is the push to talk, right? The push to talk video that we created ahead of time. We had the time to polish that, so the demo will be very clear, okay, and engaging. And then we transition to ourselves live, talking about that, being able to engage with you and answering questions. That's so amazing. This the capability to combine both is amazing. And also, after we finish, we play another video, which is our 1 minute commercial video. Okay, so being able to do that is perfect, right? This is how, when people ask me a lot, please advise us what is the best way to frame a show. Okay, we call it the run of show. What is the run of show of the show? And live, of course, it's very like, it's not that we plan every word we're going to say, but we kind of know, Anthony and I, before we go live, like we just talk 10 minutes before. It's not that we take like 1 week to prepare things. We're okay, Anthony, what are we going to do today? So we say, okay, we have the opening, and then we have the countdown, and then you and me talking, and then the video that we prepared, and then back to us talking until we wrap up. So we kind of have these sections that we know what high level, what we're going to do, and it makes the show much easier also for us
to manage,
as hosts, and for our audience. They know what to expect, kind of. And I think it's more professional, and being able to just upgrade your level a little bit so easily. What can be better?
Right. And I think that it's a great opportunity. And for anyone who ended up joining the town hall a little bit late, we can definitely go ahead. And if you missed the amazing push to talk feature, I think it's a feature you don't want to miss. And I think that if you've missed it, we definitely would love to run that video by you one more time, just so you can see how amazing the push to talk feature is for producers.
Yeah, so we'll play it. We will be back to wrap up, and stay tuned. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. The push to talk feature inside of Evmux makes communicating with speakers and guests seamless. You've probably been in a situation where you have a live speaker on stage and you're trying to communicate with them via chat, but they're so focused on their presentation and delivering that value to that audience that they never see your message. Just like in the news, how the editor can go ahead and comment to the host, inside of Evmux, you're able to talk to the speaker verbally without the audience knowing, and no, you do not need an earpiece. So let's go ahead and dive into my Evmux account so you can see how convenient this feature truly is. All right, so here we are inside of my Evmux account, and what you're currently looking at is the live stream editor. But I'm getting ready to show you just how easy you can go ahead and communicate with speakers and guests. So the very first thing that you can do is here at the bottom left-hand side, you have two options. You have a chat bubble, which is the old way of communications. Most of the time when you're using a chat feature, yes, the speaker may be able to see it, but most of the time they don't. And this is why we created the push to talk feature. Not only is it a feature that no other streaming platform has, but it's the most effective way of communication without interrupting the live viewing experience. So you can see here that the first way, like I said, is going to be the chat. So I can go ahead and chat to Lad if I wanted to. I can also go ahead and use the walkie-talkie feature to talk to him individually. But one of the greatest features is the ability to talk to them in a group setting as well. So to be able to talk in a group setting, here at the top left-hand side, you're going to come under to group, and you're going to see here that once I push Alad and Ram live, I'm going to be able to talk to them at the same time directly to them without interrupting the live viewing experience.
Hey Ram, how are you, man? Long time.
Yes, that's the last video. How it's been?
Oh, good.
So as you can see here, I have them both live on stage. Now, utilizing the group feature, you're going to see that I'm going to be able to engage with them both. So once you see the wavelengths active, that lets you know that now the speakers that are on stage, if you're using the group setting, are able to hear me without the audience knowing what's going on. So Ram and Alad, if you're able to hear me, go ahead and nod your head. Beautiful, beautiful. So you can see here that they both were able to hear me. Now, what if I want to talk to Alad directly? All I have to do is come to Alad's name, use the walkie-talkie feature, and once again, once you see the wavelength active, you're going to know that I'm talking directly to Alad. So Alad, if you can hear me, you can see that Ram is not smiling. Go ahead and nod your head if you can hear me. Perfect. And you can see here, Ram, if you can hear me, go ahead and nod your head. You can see here that Ram is not able to hear me, and that's just how powerful this feature truly is. So you can see the power of the push to talk feature, and it's a feature no other platform has. So what I want you to do now is go ahead and watch the next video for an easy way to upgrade the look and feel of your stream using our native animated lower thirds that you can customize to your brand. And if you found value in this video and you want to learn more about improving the quality of your live streams using Evmux, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a video. I'll see you in the next one. All right. All right. So, I mean, the first time amazed you, the second time amazed you. And it's just like, it's a feature we truly love. And we got some questions came in during the video, which is great because this is the whole point of this. We want to engage with you and we want to address your question. Blind Guy, his wife, their life. Love that title. Thank you so much for tuning in. He has a question. It says, we're looking at switching to Evmux. Wonderful. Great idea. So Corey can broadcast by himself with someone backstage speaking to him regarding what's on screen. Perfect use case for the push to talk.
Exactly.
So that is just amazing. We have here, I've been playing with program. Kenny, thank you so much for tuning in for a little bit now, and I love it. Very innovating features. Super happy. Please join us if you haven't already inside of the Facebook group to give us your feedback, to let us know some of the things that you're utilizing for. And he says, it's for you, Alad. However, there is one missing feature. The ability for guests to see comments from the streaming platform within Evmux. Do you know when that will be added?
Yeah, first of all, couldn't agree more. Feature that we've heard not for the first time,
Right.
and high in our priority. I will never commit to development times from experience, but I can tell you that it's going to be very, very, very soon. Like with the next update that we're going to do to Evmux with features, this is going to be one of the features
Right.
that we're going to add. This is what I can say. I won't say if it's next week or in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks, but it's going to be very, very soon. Great feature request, and it just great example
Yeah.
how much it's important for us to get these
Right.
comments from you.
Right. I think, yeah, because, as you go, sometimes it can be, not that it was something that we missed, but sometimes you look at what is the best experience first that we must focus on, right?
Yep.
And it's great that to have the speakers and your guests have that accessibility to be able to see that. But if you can't produce a good show, if you don't have the tools you need to be able to create the great content, then your viewers are not going to be able to enjoy the show that you're producing. So we definitely wanted to make sure that the content and the producer side of things were as smooth as possible, and giving the speakers that access to backstage. I think that you'll be very surprised to see that, like you said, this is a great way to showcase that we're listening. We want to improve the software. We want to be able to give you the tools that you need to be able to have a good production stream, whether it's to the viewer side or on the backstage to your guests and speakers. So really, really, really excited for that. We have here, let's see here, we have a Dead Leprechaun. He says, that is great news. Once that is added, I'm switching over to a paid account. It is the last piece I need, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, well, listen, well, I need you right there holding your mouse ready to go because we're almost
Yeah,
there.
we're keeping
We're
your
almost there.
word. And yeah, as Anthony just said, it's even though we might think of a lot of features that you thought as well, hearing you asking that, it helps us a lot to prioritize, because with development, let's be honest, it's all about prioritization. It's not that we have 200 developers working in Evmux right now, unfortunately. So we need to be very smart with the features that we're bringing on the top priority, and hearing you is our best guide where to go, like how to navigate the development. So either you thought about something that we never thought about, which is wow,
Right.
amazing, or you talk about something that we thought about, you help us to prioritize. So anyway, don't keep things to yourself. Please share it with us, even if you think it's
Yeah.
the dummiest request ever.
Yeah, and I see here, Tawana is here is actually going to be utilizing Evmux for the Sunday service, which is amazing. We would love to be able to go ahead and tune in. So I don't know if you're a part of the Facebook group with us yet, but feel free to join us, share the service. We'd love to see how you utilize Evmux and ways that we can even help you easier create that production. So we're definitely trying to get involved in any live stream that we see come up for Evmux to truly just, like I said, get a viewer's experience of how you as the producer see Evmux and how you're utilizing it, right? Because you may think differently than we do, and you may give us ideas that we can incorporate into our own town hall. So we're always seeking
Correct.
for inspiration, seeking for feedback, and we're just super excited for everything that we've been gifted with, just to be able to have the opportunity to have people trying the platform, loving it, saying that we're almost there. I'm trying it. I'm switching. This is the best thing since sliced bread. It's just an amazing feeling. So a lot. If you have any questions, please feel free to bring those questions into the Facebook group. You can join us at facebook.com/Evmux. A great way to be able to connect with myself, connect with Alad, and be able to connect with other people who are utilizing Evmux as well that can inspire the content that you're creating. So that's pretty much all we have for today. Alad, what is your final say?
Yeah, so Anthony, see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.
Yalla, bye.
Bye. All right, I'm live. That was easy.